Hey guys, I just wanted to touch base, and I'm trying to help when I say this. This is like a vlog and my diction going out to everyone in the United States and everyone outside of the United States. Thank you for tuning in, and I know it's been kind of weird. I had to follow the rules of God, and I had to kind of follow the rules of time, and all of the things I've done on my Twitter account were necessary and were confirmation that my psychology was healthy. So I'm in a reality where I need to see psychology in order to do the right thing. And the right thing uh, in music is a little different than what I learned the right thing to be. Um, so here's what I will say. I'm going to ask the entire NCA community and the women to please stay with Isaiah Curtis Pilkington. I'm going to ask if you can. If you're a musician, I understand it gets annoying. I'm going to ask every woman in the NCA if you can please stay, if you can make everyone a sheep. That's the only thing that I need to continue to spread. I need to spread, meaning there are certain things that I myself need to see. Long story short, the reason I made this is I wanted to explain something. A lot of people in Naples, Florida, I don't want to speak for everyone, but there may be some misconceptions in my reality. I played football for at least up to this point for three football programs or schools that had football programs. And I played sports for Royal Palm Academy. So the schools I went to are Royal Palm Academy in Naples, Florida. They could also extend into different locations or parts of the city. So Naples, Florida. I went to a boarding school called Everest Academy. So I'm a part of a boarding school community. I played football for a boarding school. So academy, think like Academy Awards. So played soccer for an academy, played basketball for an academy. I won awards, was an honor student, graduated from Royal Palm Academy. I was like a captain, most valuable player for Royal Palm Academy. I won the spelling bee at this school. In 8th grade, that was the graduating year. I won first place, and it was in the Collier County spelling bee historically. But I went to Everest Academy, if you guys can follow, and I played football for like a boarding school. So Cranbrook, if you guys didn't know, has a boarding school, and they have a football team, and you can see it. So I played football for a boarding school, then I went to Gulf Coast High School, played football for Gulf Coast High School, and then I played football for Wittenberg University, which is just a really good school in a division. So I want to explain a misconception about how people are making money. This is closure for Travis Hunter. There's a reality where you're not necessarily going to get the right information from people. I am truthfully your friend. Friend meaning in what I'm saying should look like I'm a friend to the future. I was warned when I was at Wittenberg University privately from black men. We're too close to the world changing. I'm going to ask you to just do the right thing right now. So the right thing right now was very specific. They were really mean to me in the sense where they grabbed me by the chest basically and said, I want you to call them, right, by their name and say that they're beautiful people for being called that or something. Now, if someone's name is something different, like something, obviously you have to, adjust, but like if they change their name or something, like to mess with your diction. But reality is they said, I want you to say their name and I want you to say this person is beautiful despite what people say today. Very assertive. Like just in general, like we're going to talk to you about, your reality. So quickly, so let me see where I'm at. 4 minutes. People are going to ask, people like Travis Hunter, they're going to ask, how did you get to this reality? Well, a lot of what Naples, Florida picks on people for, which is what I didn't do, is how do I know this person's smart? Well, I'm going to answer questions on how you would know someone's smart just off of irradiation. You have three ways in my mind to be smart. You can be smart through art, and you can go to school for it, like an academy of art, like get a scholarship. You could be smart off of your fitness from start to finish. And when you get to 18, your resume from sports, if it's whatever sport, is going to equate a certain level of intelligence, and they reward your fitness, and they kind of like equate it to like a certain type of dollar sign. So it'll be like, or when I say dollar sign, a school could equal a certain amount of money in the future or provide a certain type of money, or it's like a certain class. So you truthfully, to the God of the universe, were rewarded when you were good at art from start to finish and went to a specialized school. You were truthfully smart because you were fit. You could be fit, win an award, and that equated to you being smart. You went to a good school. If you're in Florida, people rave about the University of Florida. So you actually truthfully went to school because you were smart, like in fitness terms, if you were in Florida. If you were like Isaiah Curtis Pilkington, you did not do any of those things. You wanted to be intelligent just off of your my education. So my affirmations and what I did, I've already talked out in the open, and I talked about the Naples Gators. There is a thing called a military academy. There are things called boarding schools. Now, I'm going to elaborate on this, and I'm not just doing this to talk. There should be a serious conversation. Hopefully, it's like the honest conversation, kind of like we want you to cry because they may have said the wrong information. We're all human here. Okay, so we can trust people with information. What Isaiah is inferring is that a lot of people are like, it's impossible to be successful, but reality is, if you were alpha in school from start to finish, you would probably end up in the same place as everyone else. So boarding school is like the same environment that rich kids go to, and there's a reality where life is fair before the age of 18. So there is a truth. There are schools, like there's Ave Maria in Florida. I know that it's historically been in other places. They may extend. Just, giving you guys clarity. Oh, yeah, so there's schools that are like community, they serve their community from like start to finish. So there is a truth. If you were outside of the United States of America, if you were really, really smart, those schools may say, hey, man, life is not fair, but we've changed. We're going to give people a chance to kind of escape their environment. And this is at a young age. So think about maybe elementary or middle school. They say, we're going to give him a dream at least till he's 18. What they do is they give him a letter, a whole bunch of brochures. Let's use my Michigan, a reference point of where I went to boarding school. Let's say Canterbury and Cranbrook, right, gave you a letter and said, we'd like you to apply because you were an alpha. Your grades were just good. It just got to our environment. Well, this is like in middle school, or this is like elementary or something, or whenever it can start, right? So they basically give you that opportunity. Your parents, they talk to your parents, and then they can pay for your trip, I guess, or like a family could like help you or something. But think, your parent works with the school. You visit the school on a visit. They pay for the visit. You enroll. You get a scholarship to go to this school. You're already touching everyone else that went to like a really good school. This is like if you're like an immigrant or something. Let's say that you just were out. I don't even want to say an immigrant. Just say you're a citizen somewhere else. Well, you're in the United States of America around people, and it's like the famous kids, if they're not busy, they're sharing relationship, like, oh, like, you're my friend and all this stuff, and just simply they know about you. Okay. You're in the United States of America. Let's say that you were really good at school and you were able to stay another year. Okay, well, your mom sends you money or someone sends something, and you're still in the United States of America at a boarding school. It's really nice. They have really good food. You wear really nice clothes. You get a job in high school, and then you have enough money, and then your resume was good. You go to, like, I'm just going to throw out, like, Wittenberg University or, like, Swarthmore College. That's, like, 4th in the nation. Well, this reality is you got into this school because you were really good at school, but not, like, just good at school, right? You were, like, very specific on what you were good at. So you go to Swarthmore, straight from high school. You had a little job, maybe a little girlfriend or whatever, right? You go to Swarthmore, and then you get your first job right outside of, like, Swarthmore, and you're like a doctor or something. Okay, you then are wearing all white, you get a couple checks in, you get a nice car, you buy your first house, you're paying your mortgage. I want you to understand the reason why I'm saying this is you'll look around at some point in time and be like, how the heck did I get to this point in time? And then some people you'll see, they'll say, it's impossible to get to this point in time. Okay, real talk for people that wanted to know why um, I'm saying this. A lot of people aren't honest, so I want you to hear my integrity versus their integrity concerning how to be successful in life. If you are correct, you should still be able to get to the United States of America. I may be like your only friend if they're like saying anything other than this to you, but I mean this with good intention. It would look like you're not from here, but you're here, and you have what everyone else has that's successful. And you'll look back and be like, I could have been on the streets of like a different country. Hopefully this explains it, or hopefully this explains like why people can make money in football in contrast to other professions. I'm more in line with the it shouldn't really make a difference if you played sports, because if you were really good at school or you were an alpha at something, those you would have, like, I'm just gonna be honest. If you didn't, I'm kind of stereotyping, but if you didn't go to a boarding school, I want you to look yourself, you probably weren't as alpha or as smart as you think you were. And if you went to those schools, those teachers in schools would have challenged you. And the reason why I went to the boarding school is, and it's fair, we're going to kind of not de-alphatize you, but we're going to try to make it so that you see that you're supposed to try even harder at something. Just because you may not see that. Because when I went to Everest Academy to share, I'm not trying to vent too much on here, I was around people whose families had really nice homes, and they weren't in the United States of America. Didn't matter what race they were, but I saw it. Let's just say their house was like, well, let's say their parents' net worth were like plus 100 millionaire. You know, so it's like, I've had those conversations. Like my parents, when I was at Everest Academy, we had 3 homes. So you could see the truth that you're being challenged. And the curriculum's supposed to make it so that you extend to be smart. It's not just being smart. You have responsibility. And in the school I went to is more about responsibility and organization. And like I said before, you're not always supposed to stay there. And like the fact that I stayed real, I stayed like, oh, this may be a little better, like incentivize criticism. But I was just, I was challenged to see the world differently when I went to school like that. But this hopefully explains, I'm kind of being redundant. Hopefully this explains to you guys what you're supposed to be seeing from getting your acceptance letter. Or what I'm trying to infer is, how did he get into this good school? Because he was really in shape in the past or something. And if they say go off day, it's not how it works. That's not how it works. You're actually intelligent because of your resume through fitness, art, and school.